This is Changpuek Kiatsongrit versus Rick Roufus. All right, I'm realizing that my, you couldn't really see because of this thing, but Changpuek Kiatsongrit versus Rick Roufus. Now, uh, Changpuek Kiatsongrit was a very talented Muay Thai fighter. He was a Thai champion, to my understanding. Um, and he would have a pretty good career on the international circuit. He fought a lot of different guys, and he would fight anybody. You know, he fought Jerome LeBanner, who was like this dude right here is like I want to say like 150 to 160 pounds, if I remember correctly. He ended up fighting Jerome LeBanner, who was like 220 to 240. You know, and he was like 6'2", 6'3", or some shit like that. This dude, like, you could see the difference between them, right? Now, Rick Roufus is considered to be one of the best American kickboxers to ever live, to ever do it. And this fight, you can actually look it up on Lawrence Kenshin's Striking Breakdowns channel. He called it the fight that changed history, right? Because you're going to see the stylistic difference between the two. The way Rick Roufus fights is the way that most kickboxers were fighting in the United States up until the 90s, right? This took place in 1988, okay? And after that, Muay Thai started to kind of take over in terms of kickboxing, right? And it's not a bad thing, but I'm not gonna lie, I do wish that you saw a little bit more of this style that Rick Roufus has, just with some added low kicks, you know. It'd be nice, but you know, a lot of people just preferred to stick with a more Thai style. Other than that, you have Dutch guys, right? Dutch fighters, that do Dutch kickboxing. They have their own little thing going on, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a look at it. So, right now, this is Changpuek's. He's doing his Ram Moy, right? It is funny to see that happen. If you didn't know, that's Rick Roufus right there. Okay. Oh, he's making him bow because that's a karate thing. Because karate and taekwondo greatly influenced this style of kickboxing. You know, boxing, karate, and taekwondo were sort of combined to make this. You know, and you can see the difference, right? Rick is a lot quicker. He's in and out. He's got explosive footwork and punches. And Changpuek is a little bit more grounded. He's not flat-footed, but he's a little bit more grounded. He's got a little bit better of a base. That was ooh. And you see the flashiness from Rick Roufus right now. The explosiveness comes with a little bit of flashiness too. Changpuek right now is just trying to get away, but when he's able to kind of get started, he's throwing these low kicks, right? Teep attempt from Changpuek didn't really work the way he wanted it to. Oh, hey, high kick from Rick Roufus. Jeez. It's funny because oh, hey, nice kick from Changpuek. It's funny because the first kick delivered in this fight, right, was actually a low kick from Rick in the beginning, and I think he hit him once because he's like, fuck it, I'll try this low kick thing. He hit him once, and he didn't see any like legit damage done. So he gave up on it, and he started resorting to those types of kicks, body kicks and spinning shit, you know? That spinning back fist is, like, I like that spinning kick to the body. It's good. The spinning back fist makes me nervous for him, I will say. Ooh, return kick from Changpuek. Oh, yeah, another kick from Changpuek. See, part of the issue with Rick is that he's got such a bladed stance that even though he's exploding in and exploding out, he can't get his front leg out in time. Changpuek's still able to hit him. Oh, a body kick from Changpuek. Oh, and you see right there. So, a little bit of deep lore about this. That was a kick to the body, followed by a punch to the head, and Changpuek broke his jaw. That broke Changpuek's jaw right there. So he's fighting with a broken jaw right now. Oh, hey, ooh, looked like he took a kick on the way down. Again, you can see like the pace is kind of messing with Changpuek a little bit, right? The Thais tend to be slower starters, you know, and he's not used to that kill, kill, kill sort of pace that Westerners tend to have, you know. And Rick is really pouring it on him right now, but Changpuek is really he's just holding on right now. He's just trying to survive, you know. Oh man, that was a pretty cool move. That was a pretty cool use of that spinning back fist. Spinning back fist followed up with a hook off of that economical motion. Hey, oh hey, wow. You see Rick throws. Oh man. So yeah, that was obviously Rick Rufus's you know, round. I liked. I'll go ahead because we're gonna skip the in between rounds. At the end of the round, I like how I think Rick threw a right hook, and then he dodged a punch, and then he came back with a cross off the pull. That was pretty cool, you know. And then he did that jumping spinning kick, and he sort of face teeped Changpuek. And actually, a little bit more deep lore. The Thai have a thing about feet, right? It's probably pretty hard to be a foot fetishist in Thailand because they actually the feet are dirty, right? Feet to them, they're dirty appendages, and I mean I think that's how a lot of people feel about them. But feet are things that you use to walk around on the ground. This is why the Japanese have this thing about wearing shoes inside, because they come from a culture where back in the day you used to just throw your trash in the middle of the road. And I'm not saying that's strictly a Japanese thing. European cultures also did it too. But European cultures, you know, sure, you have people who are like, no, take your shoes off in the house, right? But there are a lot more people who are willing to wear shoes inside of somebody's house, and people who are willing to let people wear shoes inside their house. I wear shoes in my house, you know, not all the time. It's not like I'm hanging out in there, but, you know, I'll walk in and not take my shoes off until I get to my bedroom, right? In Japan, that's a big no-no because they really carried on that tradition of, yo, there's trash and poop in the street. Like, don't walk in here with your trash poop sandals. Take them off. Take them off, dude. You can borrow a pair of mine, but just take your trash poop sandals off, you know? Now, returning to the Thais, you're not even supposed to present your feet to somebody. Meaning like you should keep them covered. You shouldn't like go out of your way to be showing somebody, to be drawing attention to your feet. You shouldn't try and make somebody touch your feet, and you definitely shouldn't teep somebody in the face. Teeping somebody in the face is a very disrespectful move in Muay Thai. You know, if you teep someone in the face even lightly, they take that as, oh, okay, we're really trying to kill each other right now. All right, let's go. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no, hey, man, that was rude. It's like, bang. Oh, all right, let's go, you know? It's crazy. So, like, that being the exclamation point on that round one is pretty crazy when you think about it. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. But we're going to go ahead. Round two. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? We'll go ahead. So, kick, bang, right? He used that elasticity from pulling his leg back, bang, to go forward, you know, and that's really cool. We're going to go ahead. All right, here we go. He started off with another low kick. So Roufus ends up getting out of the way. Another low kick, and Kiatsongrit with the return kick. You know, it sucks when you kick somebody and they return the kick immediately because it hurts you more. Oi, oi. Oh, got out of the way there. Jumping high kick. Oi. Oh, almost. Nice jab cross. A. See, they're giving it to each other, you know? But you can see Rick is taking shots, and he's starting to really not want it. You know, he's starting to really not want to take the shots, you know? And these two are just really, really tough, you know? Hey, there's another spinning back fist. Oh, man. You see, it's really starting to hurt Rick, you know? Oh, hey. And what's worse is he's not getting hit on the side, right? Like, he's not getting hit on the side. He's getting hit on the back of his leg. It's easier to condition the side of your thigh than it is the back of your thigh. In fact, it's almost impossible to do the back of the thigh. So it looks like there may have been a sweep there or something. I'm not 100% sure, you know? Yeah, he's definitely, he's definitely slow getting up. Oh, hey, nice high kick. See, he's still scoring punches, but the thing is, those punches are not going to be as powerful, you know? You can see how they're a lot slower, a lot more lumbering, and they're a lot wider, you know, because he has to throw arm punches because he doesn't have anything in his legs anymore, you know? Oh, hey. Attacking the back leg. That sucks. Again, that spinning back fist, he keeps defaulting to it, and it's like it's not working, dude. You know, he's got his hands high specifically because he's that was a little dirty. That was a little dirty. Just a little dirty there. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I don't know if you guys can hear the commentators right now, but one of these guys sounds like the nerd emoji. We'll go ahead. Hey. Oy. And you can see his right leg left. He stomped and then he put his weight on Rick Roufus. That was kind of an asshole move, you know. But let's go ahead. All right, here we go. Ah, so they took a point. They took a point away. Oh, okay. Hey. You see, the Thais aren't known for their boxing, right? Their hand techniques. There's a lot of them that can box, but they're more known for their kicks, and they prefer body kicks. You actually don't see as many leg kicks in Muay Thai as you see body kicks a lot of the time, right? So it's Rick feels very confident in his boxing because his boxing is just a lot better. His boxing is like it's just much better compared to Changpuek's, right? And that's why Changpuek's hands are up here, is because he's just trying his best to cover as much of his face as he possibly can, you know? Because the thing is, the kicks that Rick is throwing, they're probably not going to damage Changpuek in the way that he needs, right? Rick cannot damage Changpuek to the body with his kicks the way that he needs to. The only one that he's really going to do any damage with would be that spinning back kick, and good luck throwing that right now, you know? Even if he tried to, it'd be way too slow and way too telegraphed. So Changpuek isn't even worried about kicks to the body, you know? He's been taking much harder kicks than what this dude can give his entire fucking life. You know, Changpuek's been doing this since he was like 7, 8 years old, and he's been fighting competitively. That's the way they do it in Thailand. You know, so it's kind of a situation where Rick's punches are so good that he's still landing, but he just doesn't have the power that he needs in any capacity. And because of that, it's much easier for Changpuek to, instead of being like, okay, I need to be here because I need to protect my body too. He's just kind of like, all right, whatever. Hey, you can kick my body all you want, dude. I don't give a shit. Just don't hit my head. You know, please don't hit my head. Anyway, with that said, let's go on to round 3. I don't know if this is a replay or not. We're going to go ahead. Yes, that is a... Oh, yeah, yeah. And this is what I'm talking about. And this is one of the follies of having such a big side-on stance, okay? You can get away with a little bit of a bladed stance in kickboxing, but you got to be very careful because he threw that jab. It looked like a jab. And you see where he's getting kicked, right? It's right in the back of his leg. Where he would really want to be getting kicked is here, right? This is where he would want to be getting kicked because even though it's going to hurt and it will add up, it's not going to be the same as getting kicked in the back of the leg, you know? That's an example of what I was talking about a little bit earlier. So we're going to go ahead. All right, looks like we got round 3 coming up right now. Oh, man. So Changpuek lost 2 points last round, apparently. That's what the commentators just said. Oh, hey. You see, Changpuek is he's playing the long game, you know. He's kind of doing what Hagler does to the body in boxing, you know, and that's his thing right now, you know. You can see Roufus does not want to get hit at all, you know. To the point where he's putting his arm down to try and defend against those kicks. You don't want to do that because when you end up going down here to defend a kick, first off, you don't want to get kicked in your arm with what this dude's throwing, all right? You could break your arm. And then on top of that, you're taking away from the defense of your head, you know? If Changpuek went up high and Roufus thought he was going low and he did this, he'd wake up in a stretcher. You know, that's what would end up happening. Oh, yeah. You see, and the commentators just said what I said. You know, I don't know how well you guys can hear it. I don't want to be screaming over the commentators. Hey, nice. Yeah, nice jab cross. See, this is lefty versus lefty right now, you know. That's another thing I'm just realizing. It's interesting seeing lefties fight each other, you know. They have to know what we go through as righties. Hey, nice kick. Oh, man. It's crazy to think that this is going 3 rounds, you know, and there's more time, too. There is more time, too. Oh, hey. You see, Roufus has resorted to checking. I think he's kind of found out, like, oh, yeah, you can check. Hey. That was a pretty ballistic sweep. Or dump. I think that might take another point away. You see, they never talked about whether or not that's legal. All right, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna skip forward. All right, here we go. 3-point major foul. Wow. Wow. He is just absolutely... I believe it is now a 10-7 round. Oy. You see, he's just... The fact that Rick Roufus can still get up right now is just absolutely... It's been 9 minutes of just taking kick after kick after kick. You have to give Rick Roufus all the credit for being willing to subject himself to this right now. I don't think anyone right now would blame him if he stayed down, but he's getting up because it's not about winning or losing insofar as I want to win this fight for my career. It's about, hey, my way of doing things is better. My kickboxing culture is better, or at the very least can stand up, and we are very... That's a nice dump. That was that really only worked because Rick didn't know that was coming at all. He didn't know to be prepared for that. There was really nothing there keeping him from stopping it if he wanted to stop it, you know? It was basically just a snap down from wrestling. He got snapped down, you know? Anyway. Oh, so we got round 4 right here. You know, these guys are both fighting for pride in themselves, in their cultures, in their styles. And win, lose, or draw, they don't want to be like, ow, I got hurt. Okay, I'm done, you know? And because of that, Rick Roufus right now is just, I mean, he's running away right now, but the fact that he's even there to run away instead of just quitting, and he's still throwing punches when he's in the pocket, that's like, man, oh, hey, there's another kick. You know? And then, don't forget, Kiatsongrit has a broken jaw. He has a fucking broken jaw right now, you know? That is crazy. He broke his jaw in round 1, and he's still taking punches to the head, you know? Oh, man. Uh-huh. Oi. 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 Man. This, like... Oh, man. Is this it? Does he get up again? I forget how many times he gets up. Oh, the referee called it. The referee called it. Yeah. This actually ended Rick Roufus's career. He would fight again in the future, but it was like the far future. He was far away, you know, in the future. I think like the 90s or maybe the late 90s, early 2000s is the last time that he would end up fighting. We're going to go ahead. We're going to flash forward. Now, this guy right here, this is Duke Roufus, okay? Yeah. The guy that you're about to hear talking is Duke Roufus. He's a legend of the game as both a kickboxer himself as well as a trainer. He runs Roufus Sport up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He trained the likes of Anthony Pettis. Funny enough, he actually trained CM Punk. He's a Sityodtong guy. You know, he went out to Thailand. He trained at Sityodtong, which is that was my original lineage of Muay Thai. Yeah, I mean, really, really like great fighter. You know, and it's gonna be funny because you're gonna hear his immediate reaction to this. Jeff, yeah, they called him Duke, you know. Bill, I believe his name is Bill Superfoot Wallace. He's also kind of a legend of the hold on. He mentioned Bill Wallace. It was either One Kick or Superfoot. I'm pretty sure his name is Bill Superfoot Wallace. He was a legend of the game back in the day, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna turn this up a little bit so you guys can actually hear it a little bit better, right?
With Rick's brother, how serious does it appear his knee is hurt? Well, it's possibly strained. That's what former world champion Bill Wallace believes. I'm not sure. I just know that he's in pain, and the leg kicks were the only thing that stopped him. The guy did not touch him anywhere else in the body, you know. I think, you know, that Rick should have won the fight. He had the guy out. There's 3 major fouls, but it's the way the cookie crumbles tonight.
Let's take a look at the monitor down here, Jeff, and see if you can talk about these leg kicks.
Right there, you know, he's just buckling his knees. It's the same type of injury that ends a football player's career. You know, I don't think it takes much talent to kick somebody in the legs. As you saw those jumping, spinning kicks that Rick was throwing and all the defensive ability, I think that's real talent, you know. I think that he is better than this fighter, but the rules just didn't allow him to win tonight.
Once again, as we see these leg kicks, it seemed like that was pretty much the entire game plan for the fighter from Thailand, is just to come in and drive those kicks in there. Rick Roufus going up over the top with a round kick that doesn't quite connect. What were you telling him between rounds?
The step inside the legs, but the guy was trying to tie him up, but we really weren't too successful. I mean, he had him knocked out, but the guy was tough. We've heard that about Thailand fighters. Benny the Jet, another American, he's fought over there. Don Wilson. They've all took their lumps over there. The Thais are real tough fighters.
As we see now, Rick Roufus being moved away. He's got that knee immobilized, and they're taking him out of here on a stretcher. He's obviously still in a lot of pain. I know, Jeff, you'd like to go ahead and get over there with him, so we want to thank you for stopping by with us. We certainly hope that Rick has suffered no serious damage or no permanent damage, and that he'll be back in the ring in a very short time.
Well, I hope that, people realize that Thais, if they fight our rules, they're not going to win, and we're not going to fight their rules. All right, we can't. It's just, we experimented tonight, but we found out it's not worth it. It doesn't take too much talent to kick to the legs, so that's how I'll end up tonight.
Once again, we thank you.
We can't fight their rule set. It doesn't take enough talent. Like that's it doesn't take much talent. It's just funny. Like I get it. You lose or you see one of your friends lose, and you don't want to accept it in the moment. But eventually he kind of changed his tune, like I said, and he got into Muay Thai. And the thing is, like, it does take talent to have a low kick strategy. There's so many different ways you can throw low kicks into your strategy. It takes a lot of talent to be good with them. But yeah, and he knows that now. He's one of the best trainers in the game.